Ola Onabule has been our guest here a few times, more than one time, and I would like to ask many things from you, but I need to ask two questions. First of all, what I ask all artists who came here. Very first question is: do you remember your very first moment when you loved music, fell in love with music, or find out that I need to play something, or I need to start to express yourself through the music?
Yes, I definitely remember when I was a young boy growing up in Lagos. One day my father woke me up and said, "We're going somewhere." And he took me to the main arena in town. And it was a surprise. And we got to watch James Brown in concert, yes. And before then, I was a big, big fan of James Brown. So it was just amazing. It was like magic. And I saw this thing taking place on the stage in front of me, and I thought, wow, does that mean that you can do this for a living? You can sing to people, you can perform to people. And from that point on, it was in the back of my mind. So yes, I do remember the first time, definitely.
So where we are after 20 or 50 years, what is the future of the music? Because our festival name is a Future Music Festival. And what do you think? Is live music is going to stay alive, or?
Oh yes, absolutely.
But what is our main reasons?
For
Why?
live music staying alive?
Yeah.
Is because all the formats for selling music in recent times have failed. Streaming isn't really a success. CDs are no longer the means by which people listen to music. Vinyl is now just a minimal thing for hobbyists. It's not, widely available. So if people really, and also the fact that you can download music for free means that the sale of musical content is no longer a viable way for artists to make a living. So from this point on, if an artist doesn't have a live presentation, whatever it may be, they're not going to be as successful as they would like to be.
You just released a new record, and is that system as it was maybe 10, 15 years ago to record a record, then go to a tour, sell the records, and is that system? What is the situation with the main artist with the new record now? Is it still the same, or it should be done differently right now nowadays?
Well, personally, we don't sell the records to make money. We sell the records to promote and advertise the fact that I'm a live artist. So the way it should work is that because I have a new album out and I've created a brand new concept for it, I make myself relevant again to the festivals who maybe saw me 2 or 3 years ago. So they don't think they're getting the same thing every time. When I put a new album together, I try to create a new concept to go with it so that I'm constantly reinventing myself and making myself always relevant. I don't want to just become a historical museum fact. I want to be current. So that's the purpose of albums. That's for me. It's not really to sell. We manage to sell them and we make some of our costs back. But really getting out and playing live festivals across the world is why we create albums.
What do you think? What is the biggest difference once you go from a million cities to this very little island? You see a crazy cultural festival going on, like a more music farm. People try to do in a really little place the things. So what is your first emotions about that?
Well, for me, music has always been about quality, not quantity. So I'm not looking. The way I know that my music has legitimacy is not because I'm playing to 1 million people every night. I'd much rather play to 10, 20, 30, 100, a few hundred people, as long as they're loving what I'm doing and they're engaged in it and they're listening to my message. And when we leave one another, We remember one another for a long time because we've shared something very profoundly human. That's what I'm looking for music to do. So coming to Muhu, because I know already after my first experience, I know that the people dedicate themselves to the music they're listening to. They engage with it. They're not just going to sit there they get involved. That's all I ever wanted. So it's working out fine.
Thank you, Ola.
Thank you, Vila Vesky.